I'll keep it short today, but really important day for us. Kind of an inter-squad feel to what we'll do today. Simulating a, not total simulation of a game, but we'll have, NFL officials here today. Adrian Hill and his crew. We'll try to simulate the clock as much as we can, substitutions, but really designed for reps. If you see our guys walking off the field today, they more likely will be hopefully pretty exhausted from what we'll attempt to do today. It's been a big part of how we do training camp, especially with years with only one joint practice. So I'm excited for today. A lot of different roster moves and things like that, but I'll let you guys get to it.
How does that approach, I guess, dictate what you'll do Saturday with the lineup?
We'll be sitting some guys. We haven't determined exactly who, exactly playing time, quarters or halves or things like that. We've got a lot of, things to really let work itself out via the competition, and the game will still be a part of the evaluation process that goes with all the practices, the joint work, and the 2 preseason games we've had so far. I will tell you guys that Jaron Hall will start the game, and Matt Corral will likely play as well. So from the quarterback position, we've got that kind of ironed out. But as far as the rest of the roster, there's a lot of moving parts there.
And Ed Ingram's one of the guys that you have been seeing out there. I'm just curious, what have you seen from him in those preseason reps and his camp overall?
Yeah, I think he's had a good camp. I would just say, with Ed, just continued urgency and my excitement of seeing that urgency every single snap. And what's my job? What's my technique? How am I working in combination with Garrett and Brian on my left and my right? But Ed's doing a really nice job, and it's just consistency. He's more than, with all the reps and the time that he's had out there, he's experienced now. He's in his 3rd year, and just holding him to that standard of what we want across that entire offensive line, and I think Ed's up for it. We've wanted to get him a little bit more work, especially, you think back, he took a lot of reps in the joint practices and then still gave us some good work in the game. So individualized plan for Ed, just like all 90 guys, 91 guys on our roster, and that will continue. As far as today will be significant, so we'll see from a rep standpoint, so we'll see kind of what his rep count looks like from today, and then apply that in our decision on how much or if at all Ed will play Saturday.
And where are you with TJ Hockenson right now? We can all see him kind of out here.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of like you guys probably. It looks like if there was defenders over there, he'd probably be getting open and catching the ball, but with an injury like TJ's and his importance to our organization, I'll continue to defer. Thank goodness to the medical staff on, where guys are at, and I trust Tyler and his staff. I know they've done an unbelievable job with him. I've credited TJ before, but I don't think it could be minimized just from the start of the offseason program all the way through today. The impact he's had in meetings with those other tight ends. He's in every single meeting. He has a voice in that room. He's in our offensive installs as if he's going to be participating in everything. So mentally, I love where he's at, and physically, by the looks of it that I see, like you guys probably, we like where he's at there. Now it's just a matter of what folks a lot smarter than me determine as far as what that timeline is from a responsible standpoint, but also knowing we want to get him out there as soon as we can get him out there. It's a huge part of our team.
So you have like a few more days until Tuesday or whatever, but
and
decent idea of what you're going to do there?
Oh, absolutely. We've had kind of a plan in place, and there's different, I don't want to, we could probably go 15, 20 minutes on just the roster mechanics of kind of how it works based upon where guys are at medically and things like that. So, we have a plan in place that, hopefully falls in line with the timeline of getting him back during the season with where we want him to be at.
Waiving Naji Thompson, how tough was that of a move for you guys to make?
Very, yeah. We wanted to give Naji, every possible chance to get himself to a place where we felt like he could go out there and do what he does, specifically in the kicking game phase and as a gunner. He did everything we asked of him, and as we were kind of leading into hopefully seeing him this weekend. Just dealt with some discomfort and swelling and things like that. So, a lot of dialogue with Naji. He's a very smart player, and I've enjoyed the heck out of, building a relationship with him. But at the big picture of his career, like, let's get this thing fixed and get you back on the right path. And Naji's got a lot of fans in this building, and we just got to get him, in a place where the last thing I'd ever want to do is, try to push a player to get out there and it's not the right time. So in regards to Naji, he's going to get healthy and have a lot of football left in front of him.
Be clear, he underwent another operation then?
Say that one more time.
Naji underwent another operation?
It's not a for sure thing. I should have said just get healthy. I'm not qualified to make that decision whether it'll be surgical or not. Or I just know we want him to get healthy, and he will, and he'll be in a good spot moving forward.
Injury-wise, where are you at with like Dalton Reisner, Dan Feeney, some of those guys?
Yeah, those guys are kind of working through at different stages, totally different circumstances. But both guys that we brought here for a reason and feel good about the depth of our O-line. It hasn't necessarily materialized in practice throughout training camp, but those guys are doing everything they can to get back out there, and very much part of our plans. It's just a matter of availability and getting them reps with the group.
Wes talked about Johnny Mundt yesterday. Just what stood out about his training camp and how important could he be to what you guys are doing?
Know I'm always good for some Johnny Mundt talk. I just every time you look up, he's making a play. Sometimes noteworthy in the passing game. Sometimes it's just a great block. Sometimes it's the way Josh Oliver and him are working together. Nick Muse. The rest of our tight ends, he's just got such a good feel, poise. He always seems to just be in the right spots, doing the right thing with great technique. And those players tend to be favorites of coaches. So Johnny's been great. There's a reason why he's been here really every day since I've gotten here.
Kevin, Levi was talking yesterday about he doesn't feel like he's shown everything that he can show yet to coaches, which is a great thing to hear from a rookie, but what do you like that he has shown so far?
I love the activeness. I mean, it seems like it's kind of controlled chaos sometimes when Levi's doing his thing. I don't know if it's the hair or what it is, but it just feels to me like he's doing a lot of really good things, and he's provided some energy and juice to that room in different phases. And I think he's elevated the whole room just from a standpoint of just that active nature at which he plays the game. It's sideline to sideline. He's capable of playing and stacking a lot of snaps in a row despite playing like that, which is pretty rare. But no, Levi, is a guy we're really excited about. He's had a really good camp.
As Justin is going through it for the first time where he's got more experience in this offense than his quarterback, getting used to a new guy, how have you seen him go about the process of building chemistry with new quarterbacks?
It's been really cool to watch just because there's some nuances to some of the things that have kind of developed here that maybe we didn't have in previous versions of this offense, or where we've kind of gotten to over the years of understanding how he's played that are different for a quarterback. It's not just when the huddle breaks, exactly what's going to happen. There's some moving parts that what make them, great for our offense as they evolve, as the play evolves. And Justin's got the mental makeup and the ability to play fast while still working through some of the aspects of the play. But there's still a quarterback that's got to get you the ball, and the rhythm and timing of that and how it all works together, how the protection matches that. And Justin's been really, really good with all of our quarterbacks. Just the dialogue, healthy dialogue on the practice field and the meeting rooms. That's really been a huge step in really the direction I expected Justin to take through this training camp. And I think it's going to be something that will go on as we go through the season as well.
Nudge him to do more of that, or is that something he just kind of did on his own?
Well, I think just, him and I spend a lot of time talking through. You'll see me, there'll be some things that I'll be talking through with him, even, pretty high-level things pre-practice that might materialize, might not, but it's just constantly having, my dialogue with him, because I'm also having the similar dialogue with the quarterbacks, but then challenging him to, let Sam know, hey, that was perfectly thrown. That was exactly what I was thinking. Or if it's a hey, I might take that angle a little higher coming out of this break, or I might, I didn't get all my depth on that route, so just expect for maybe to be another half click, or all these little detail things that you can't really put in a playbook. You can't really, they really have to be practiced and mastered for it to come to life. And then you've got his experience of what we've built. He's been a major driving force behind that, and it's one of the fun parts of the offensive gig for me is kind of continuing to evolve that, because we know the defenses will continue to evolve because he's beaten a lot of the things that have been put in place to try to take him away.
Probably need to tell you that it's been an eventful summer with camp here. I'm just curious what your sort of core principles have been in pulling the group through it, or pushing the group through it here to the other side.
Yeah, I think there's no question that it has been eventful in many cases, some tough circumstances, and I've told you guys before, but my number one role, as far as how I see my role for this organization, is to be a constant rock of steadiness and being the same guy every day. And anybody can do that when things are good and things are easy, or you're not experiencing adversity. I believe leadership is showing those things that you say you're about authentically and real. That doesn't mean you don't go through the same things right alongside your players and coaches, but you've got to do it in a way that provides a path always moving forward and constantly chasing what we're trying to chase around here. And, I learned a long time ago that, there's no sense feeling sorry for yourself or your circumstances. There is a place to be there for your team on a 24/7, 365-day basis, but never without projecting hope and genuine excitement, because that's how I feel about this organization and our players and coaches.
Last one. Have you felt hope every day, every minute of the summer?
I absolutely have, and as I feel a raindrop coming down right now, I'm hopeful that it doesn't turn into an absolute downpour out here. But I always, that's never going to change. I wouldn't feel comfortable standing before you guys, but more importantly, our team, if that wasn't the case.